Hello there, and we are live. See, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you're from. See, it's a Ron and Claude show, episode 23. See, yeah, you can see Ryan. Uh, this week I've been tired. I've been it's tough. And this is one of our very very cooler shows. It's not this type of show where we come here and banter Arsenal or rub shit on the faces. But see, yeah, Brian, what the hell happened at Brighton? What the hell happened?
It wasn't even at Brighton. It was at home, which is
Yeah,
even
it was
worse.
at home. Sorry, yeah,
Um,
that home
I
game.
know, but
What
it sounds
happened?
like it's what it should. It should be at. It should have been at.
Yeah, it should
Make it
have
even
been in
make
Brighton,
it a
right?
bit better. We might make it a bit better.
Exactly. We're home.
What happened was the season finished. It just finished. It absolutely ended. That was the end of the. That was the end of a. Well, it's still a bit. We were still a bit stale after the game, but it's the end of what. Well, we've got two games left, but technically the end of what is a good what has been a good season. It's ended
Hmm.
in the worst way.
In a
The,
horrible way. In a
the
horrible way.
performances recently have been a shambles, and I said it last week that we
Hmm.
would go to Newcastle, we'd beat Newcastle in the way we did, and then we just needed to win the games, the smaller games, the games that we maybe we should be winning, but no, we can win the tough games.
Hmm.
Similar things happened last year, winning tough games and not easy games, but games against Brighton aren't easy, but should be a lot easier than Newcastle. If you can go away to Newcastle and win 2-0, we should be beating
Hmm.
Brighton at home. It's as simple as that. But
We should be
yeah,
beating them, Ryan. We should be
we
beating
were.
them. See, yeah, Sophia talks football in the charts. Big ups to you, Sophia. She has a lovely Manchester United channel. Big ups to you, Sophia. Hopefully, I want to come to your show very soon. The Southern Gunner, he says, lights up. Southern Gunner, our brother down there. MEFC Global says, big up Tony and Ryan. Yeah, of course. And see, Ryan, yeah, a legend is in the chat with us. No other person than Jess Collins. Yeah. You've been on a show with Jess Collins right here on the Ron and Cloud show this season, and you heard Jess Collins speak. I really respect him. Uh, See, Ryan, look at what he's saying here. Ateta out. He has failed. Ryan, eight first season, eight second season, third season, fifth, of which there was a bottle job in that also, you know. And this season, second, in a season that we had the chance to actually cop this title, yeah, 11 points, 8 points, 5 points. And then the capitulation at home to Southampton, the draw at West Ham, that loss when Everton had that manager bounce, the disaster we had at the Etihad, the disaster we had at home against Manchester City, the lackluster performance at Anfield. See, Ryan, to what extent can we tie all this up to make a lot better? Because someone should be held responsible for what has happened. Someone should be held responsible. If it's a job, if we are in a job, uh, Ryan, and this kind of stuffs happen, someone has to take responsibility for it. How did we capitulate like this?
I, I,
Disgrace ourselves at home.
I, I don't know if one person needs to take actual blame for it. There's 11 players on the pitch. There's a manager. There's coaching staff. He's got a boardroom above him. He's got technical directors and footballing directors and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot more than just one person. It's not just one person to blame.
Mm.
Um, it it sometimes if you're looking at his substitutions might not be the ones that you wanted to make or in the right timing. Some
Questionable.
that can fall at his door. Yeah. if he's for me against Brighton, if he's putting out his best team, and your best team's not performing, like how much can we blame that on Arteta? Look at Partey in these past 6-7 weeks; he's disappeared, and when he has played, it's been shocking. He's one of the more experienced players as well. He's not one of the kids. We've got
Yeah, he's
we
an
know we've got a
experienced player.
got a very young squad, and we've got to lean on a bit of experience to get us over the line, like all the good teams have. All the championship winning sides have had a good mix of the young kids and the experienced level-headed pros. We look at players like Partey, and he's just absolutely disappeared. Gone wanting on the pitch just so we can't. I wouldn't blame it solely on Arteta, and I would definitely not be calling for his head. We've had a very strong season, barring these past 2 months, 2.5 months. We've had a very strong season.
Ryan, who should we pitch the blame on? Because someone has to take the blame for this. We capitulated. Someone has to take the blame for this. Is it Arteta we're blaming? Is it the squad we're blaming? Are we blaming Edu, or are we blaming the board? It would be harsh if we blame the board for this. Yeah, because in 7 seasons, the board have dished out £1 billion in transfers. Ryan, believe it or not, £1 billion. Gone are those days where we'll stand up and say, hey, it's a Crown case. We can't just say it with our full chest just like that, because they've invested £1 billion in 7 years. In the Wenger era, it wasn't really like that, right? We were being starved of cash injection into the football club.
Still paying
but in 7 seasons, £1 billion spent. We don't see, Ryan. We don't even have a backup for Saliba, and when he got injured, everything just went downhill for a club that has spent up to £1 billion in transfers. It's a gory story, man. It's a gory story.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be blaming the board. They've definitely they're putting a bit of money up now. I mean, they've got massive amounts of money, the Kroenke family, but they've been putting up good money these past couple of seasons. So you can't blame the board. There's quite a few different factors you can blame it on. We're not like we've said all season. We're not the favourite for it. We weren't even favourite to get top 4. So the fact that we're in the conversation to win the league and then come second is a strong season, and it's a bit of, I think it's a slight overreaction. I think mainly most of the fans expect us to win the league, and the way it's turned out is a slight overreaction. Mainly for me, I just blame it on the fact that our players aren't good enough. The whole 11 isn't good enough. We've got players that will get us there eventually, be it the next season or the one after. But we do just need a good transfer window to get that squad up to where it is. You can't make a title winning side just in one transfer window. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. The basis over a few years. So we've got this summer. I mean, even when we was playing our best, I still thought we're not the finished team. There's still 3 or 4 positions.
Yeah, you could still sense it. You could still sense it.
Even when we was playing well, even when we was doing well,
there were still lapses in that team.
Yeah, when we was doing well, I was still surprised because I still had the opinion that there was 3 or 4 positions that we needed to strengthen to actually get us to where I feel like we should be. So, and if in the summer we can strengthen them positions, for me, I'd look at next year for Arteta. So if we can strengthen these positions in the summer, and then next season, we've got to see how we finish next season before we can start thinking of these Arteta outs. Maybe the guy's been linked to Real Madrid. You don't get linked to Real Madrid if you're a bad coach. Do you know what I mean? He's linked with these Goliath teams.
I get that, but at this point, Ryan, I'm not surprised it's Arsenal's PR spin. To be very sincere with you, just this morning, Ryan, Arsenal, in the dailies, it's all over the papers, They're saying Arsenal now has a war chest of 200 million pounds to spend in the summer. Ryan, do you
Right.
believe this? Do you believe it?
Yeah, but I think most of it will come. Not most of it, but I think a good proportion of that 200 million will be with player sales. I don't think they'll give us.
But Ryan,
I don't think they'll
do you
give us
believe
200 million plus players.
Ryan? That was just this morning. They said we had Mikel Arteta can spend 200 million pounds.
Yeah,
But
and that will be added. That will be what they've given him plus the amount that they'll get with the player sales.
but again, yeah. See, Ryan, uh, that's what the papers say. That's what the PR says. Do you believe it in your heart that Arsenal, that the board will give Mikel Arteta 200 million pounds to refurbish that squad? Do you think they would give him 200 million pounds to go get Declan Rice, to go get Caicedo? Glory to God, we'll be talking about the next person on the agenda. Granit Xhaka leaving at the end of the season. Ryan Maguire. Me and you have talked about this guy just last week. It's come back to the news again. It's come back into the fray again. Say, Brian, deep in your heart, do you believe it that Arsenal has got 200 million pounds to give away to Mikel Arteta by the end of this season to go get transfers done, to get a major surgery into this team in terms of getting us the spine? The spine I'm talking about, getting a new defender, getting midfielders in, getting at least a winger to come in and help out with Saka and his dwindling performances over the last 6, 7, 8 games, if I want to put it in that way. And Ryan, man, we still do need at least two hard grilled marshals in the midfield. Ryan, do you
Yeah.
still think? Do you still think that we have 200 million pounds to give to Mikel Arteta? Or do you think this is just a PR spin by the board? Every season, even before the season ends, war chest, 200 million pounds, 500, 600 at the point, yeah? See, the rumor mills have begun to spin again. Different things have been said. Ryan, do you believe it that we have 200 million pounds to give to Mikel Arteta to go and orchestrate a major surgery for this team?
Yes, I think I've said it 3 times. Listen, I think that we will spend around that amount, but it will be with the player sales as well. When you work out the net spend, take away how much we make off the player sales, it will come to around about 200. But if it's strictly just 200, we might need a bit more than that. If the plan is to actually sign Rice and Caicedo, which is what we're hearing at the minute, if the plan is to sign both of them, we'll need more than 200 million because there's not going to be much left
Mm.
over getting both of them in, if anything. So, a bit strange targeting them both if we only got 200 million. If we've got more than that, maybe target them both. But I can't see the Cronkies giving us more than 200 million.
But again,
Um,
but Ryan, yeah, in this overinflated market, 200 million pounds, it's hardly big money. That's chicken
yeah,
feed to a
no,
team like Aston Villa that have unlimited wealth this season to go on and spend big money in the summer transfer window. Newcastle United, they have big money, unlimited money to go spend this season. Yeah, these guys might spend top 600, and FFP rules won't even reach them, even if they spend even up to 600. Chelsea have spent, the FFP rules haven't caught up with them yet. So 200 million pounds, it's meager to what Arsenal need because see, Ryan, we need a surgery. We need a surgery in that team. And a big, huge surgery. Because we don't want to fall into this temptation of not having another defender. And not just, a stupid defender. A defender who would come in and he can't play. A defender who will come in and be lacing his boots when an attack is going on. We don't want that. We want a strong defender. We need a defender who will come in as a big, huge replacement, like for like replacement for Saliba or Gabriel when he gets injured this season. Yeah. We do need two midfield marshals. Granit Xhaka, praise be to God, they said it's going by the end of the season. Yeah. You know, this is a divisive factor. People love him, people hate him, people, me, I'm in the middle of everything, But again, out of the whole season that guy has spent in Arsenal Football Club, just one good season, and that's this season. So you begin to think, was he orchestrating a move with this lovely season that he had? But see, Ryan, we'll go back to that. We're still in this trap. We see lots of things to talk about, Ryan, man. Since after that Brighton game, because we were disgraced at home. And to be very sincere with you, I feel for every Arsenal fan who was at that stadium, at the Emirates, at the height of inflation in the UK. But what is going on in the UK? The highest ticket in the league. And then you expect fans to sit down there and enjoy and clap off these players after losing to Brighton in a title challenge when you have chances to win the league, when Brighton could still go ahead and do a job for us, when Chelsea Football Club can still help us at least to draw, at least win Manchester City. And then we go in front of the fans and then go lose out 3-0. You see, Ryan, I've been through lots of shocking experiences in my life. I've been through a lot of pain. But the pain I got, on the day we played Brighton, it's tremendous, man. It hurt me. It got in deep into me. It got in deep. I felt remorse for the fans who were there watching that game. Ryan, do you feel remorse for those fans who were watching that game? And mind you, in the second half of that game, many fans were already leaving the stadium. What will you say about that? Let's leave this transfer stuff. We'll get back to it later on, because there's so many things to talk about. Granit Xhaka, the fans leaving the stadium. These are big issues, big topics. Ryan, what do you think? The fans leaving the stadium.
Yeah, many
Do you
fans
have any
left.
ill will against them? Are they justified in leaving the stadium after watching that shit of a football
Listen,
game?
many fans left. I don't know how long was left, but we it's a fan that walks out. It's a fan that's paid their money to go and watch them. It's a dear ticket to go watch Arsenal. If you paid your money to get in there, you do what you want. It's up to you. They're expecting a performance that they should have got, and they've not got it. The team hasn't turned up. It was a shocking performance. If you've paid your ticket and you want to choose to walk out when they're losing, then you can walk out when they're losing. Have no bad feelings, and anyone who wants to do that, if you're getting smashed, and you shouldn't be getting smashed. It's not like you're a team that you knew you was going to struggle, and you knew you was probably going to. A lot of sides go into games thinking they're going to lose, but it wasn't. It's nothing like that. You're expecting at least a fight. At least there was a few chances at the beginning, and then maybe one in the second half. I can't really remember us having many chances. It was just dreadful. So
The chances dried up.
if them people were watching the game was bored of watching us do nothing and wanted to go home with the family and just want to go see the family because they were bored watching Arsenal, then fair play, go and do it. You've spent that much money. It's up to you. You do what you want. We all spend. You spend how much on tickets? You spend how much on
Merchandise,
and then they show up like that when you've gone watching them, and that walking out is a way to show your displeasure and a way to show the players that they've been garbage is by walking out. So obviously you can shout and scream maybe, but loads of fans actually leaving is a good for me. Is as a player, they'd think, wow, how bad have we been? They're not even here anymore. They've gone. They were here 5 minutes ago. I walked, the stands empty. They're empty because you've been terrible and you've not performed.
It's not performed, Ryan.
You're not performed in front of the mums, the dads, the kids, the little lads growing up watching Arsenal now, or the ones. Don't get me wrong. There's probably quite a few fans in that game that haven't been for a couple of seasons because we've been dreadful and we've started playing well, so they've gone. No, so and now the people who've been watching for the last few years, watching us in being piss poor and can't get to go watch a game now because everyone's jumped on the bandwagon. Then people are also leaving as well. So that side of it's a bit shit for me, but it is what it is. You've paid your money. The team's been dreadful. If you want to walk out,
if you want to walk out, yeah, it's
it's
your
up to
money.
you.
And see, yeah, because see, yeah, I've seen in lots of shows, yeah, in lots of YouTube shows this past week and weekend, yeah, where the fans that have left the stadium have come under heavy criticism, yeah. See, Ryan, if I paid £100, £200, yeah, when there's hunger in the land, the height of inflation in the UK, and I decide to go buy that ticket to go watch to watch Arsenal being beaten 3-0 by Brighton Football Club, disgrace in that manner, when we should be putting up a title challenge, and I walk out seeing that, I don't want to get criticism from anyone. I'm right to do so. Those fans were right to do so. You can't just stay there and watch us capitulate in that manner, in that disgraceful manner. 1-0 is even better. But 1-2-3 in that manner, it's horrible. I feel for the fans that watch that game. Arsenal Football Club. See, if Tottenham Hotspurs and the players are giving back money to the fans for the horrible show that they've had in this past games, yeah, there was a time they gave back money because they knew that fans shouldn't come and see that. But of course, Arsenal Football Club, they won't give it back. It's horrible. No fan. I apologize for those fans. No one should see that. It was a disgrace. No one should see that. I don't care how anyone feels about this, but none of our fans should have seen that, should have witnessed what happened in that game against Brighton. A horrible show. Jess Collins says something here to MUFC Club. He says Arteta has spent 510 million, mate, more than any other club. He wanted his team. He got it and has failed. Enough is enough. You guys got when he failed, so it's time for him to go. Ryan, I hate to put you on the spot. Yeah, I hate to put you on the spot. But when I have legends here, Jess Collins is a legend. What do you have to say? Is it time for Mikel Arteta to go? And do you think it would be fair for us to say he should go?
No, I don't think it's time for him to go. I think we've finished the season second, which is miles better than I expect us to do. So no, I don't think is to go. I think he's definitely got at least another season. It depends on how we'll see how we do next season, basically. We've spent in the past couple of years, we have spent obviously 510 million. We spent quite a bit of money, but we're doing a rebuild. Do you know what I mean? I can't imagine it being more than any other club after what Chelsea have spent recently. Oh no, Chelsea had a transfer ban for one of the seasons, so that they went a window without spending anything because of that. So that's probably why we spent more than Chelsea. Maybe I'm just guessing in a way, but City spent all their money previous. Do you know what I mean? So they spent massive amounts of money a couple of years before that. So their rebuild was pretty much done, and obviously broke 100 FFP or whatever rules. Anyway, so yeah, we've spent quite a bit. Some of his signings are been a bit average, but yeah, no, I don't think
Ryan. They have been average. They have been average. Jorginho is average. The guy from Spezia, Kivio, see, he's bang average. In an attack, you're lacing your shoes in an attack. Ryan, I was
Jorginho's played well since he come in.
Good, but is he the best? We had the chance of going to get a Caicedo in the transfer window. Ryan, We had a chance. Look at his display in that game. Look, see, it's all words and opposite. In that game against Brighton, we chose to get Jorginho. Good, he's had good performances this season, yeah. But was he the best we should have gotten? We're Arsenal Football Club. Is he the best we should have gotten? Look at the performance of Caicedo that day. Bullying
Tony,
players, muscling players. And we haggled with the price. I'm coming, Ryan, because see, this is hard talk. We have to talk about this.
It's not up to Arteta how much money Arsenal spend. So
it's not even about Arteta. Maybe
Arteta would have signed Caicedo in January. Someone stopped that amount of money going through, and it weren't Arteta that stopped that amount of money going through.
Well, if we need Caicedo now, we have to go get him for 140 million pounds, right?
Yeah, and that's not Arteta's fault.
We'll go spend 140 when we could have gotten him for 90 million pounds, Ryan, in January. Isn't that the definition?
I agree.
Ryan, you're English. You're English. Isn't it the very definition of penny wise, pound foolish? Is there any definition? Yeah, you're as English as it gets. Isn't that the proper definition of penny wise, pound foolish?
Listen, I know we should have signed him in January. I'm just saying it wasn't Arteta saying that we shouldn't for the amount of money. It'll be someone, either Edu or Vinay or someone else like that said the money's too high or whatever. But we can't just blame not signing Caicedo on Arteta. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, then who? Because then who have said that Caicedo shouldn't come in? Because these are where we have to have a chat. Yeah, who in the board who have said that Caicedo shouldn't come in? Because this guy, he nearly gave up his career at Brighton in that way, in that manner, only to be disgraced at the end of the season. But the good thing with Caicedo is that his skill kept him where he was. And look at what he came to do at the Emirates. That was a rehearsal. If Arsenal had eyes, that was the perfect rehearsal. So now, if what I'm hearing is true, Arsenal have to go back into a meeting with the Brighton directors, and they were willing to give 90 million pounds. Right now, they would have to stomp up 140. If they're not stomping up 140, they'll be asking for Smith Rowe. They'll be asking for Lokonga. They will be asking for Lokonga. And
they can have him. They can have him.
Yeah, they can have him. But again, on the business angle of the whole thing, are we making any money? We bought Lokonga for big money. So if what you're using for
about 20 million. Wow.
Well, so we're not meant to make any profit on players that we buy, right?
I just can't remember how much we signed him for. And Caicedo's not worth 140 million though. We're not spending that much on him. Can't imagine it being that high.
90 million. But it was 90 million. That's what the club said that they wanted for him.
It's not 50 million more half a season later though, is it? Surely. That's miles too high.
See, Ryan.
That's inflation at its worst, mate.
Ryan, we'll be dreaming if we think we'll go in and get Caicedo for 90 million. It's not possible. If Declan Rice is going for 100 million, then a Caicedo will be going for 90. Oh my God, it's not possible. You're talking 120.
I couldn't tell you who was worth more. Rice has got more experience, but I couldn't tell you how much who was worth more. Just think 140 million's a ridiculous amount of money for a 21-year-old. For a 21-year-old.
Good and okay. Ryan, lots of big fish to fry down here in the chat. Yeah, Jess Collins again says, Arteta has showed his arrogance in the team selections, poor tactics and substitutions. Is that not enough to prove he's not good enough? Ryan, what do you have to say? See, man, we're under bombardment, here, man, and we have to take it, because me and you, we've see, Ryan, yeah, with me and you, we really like talked up Arsenal this season, yeah, and you know, many people, told us that we should drive a little bit carefully, but we just kept going head on. So I'm sorry, me and you, we have to face these bombardments, these questions at this time. It's only fair we answer to to our crimes. So Ryan, what do you have to say?
What was
Ateta,
the
is he arrogant? Does he have favorites in the
which one
team?
of you?
I-
Right.
Is his substitution from Jess Collins? Is his
I,
substitution questionable? I feel it's questionable. Right now, I've come to the realization that it is questionable. But
I've had
what
it.
do you think? What do you have to say to Jess Collins, the legend in the house today?
I've had issues with quite a few of his substitutions, to be honest.
Mm,
Um, the tactics side, I feel like the way he's built the team to well, the way he started the team in most of the games has been pretty correct. But then when the game's not going our way, or when we're trying to get we're trying to get a goal, or we're trying to fight back, there's not
mm,
really been a change in the system or a change in the way we've played to try and adapt to the way the other teams playing. There's not. It
mm.
doesn't really look like there's a plan B,
Yeah,
or a good enough plan B. I definitely think he's got favourites, which annoying. I would say I feel like Zinchenko was one of his favourites. I was happy that Zinchenko wasn't playing, and then it looked like we missed him because Tierney was dog
Tierney
shit at
was
weekend.
dreadful,
He was
man.
rubbish, and
Tierney was dreadful on the day. I
this
was like,
I know
what is going on?
this is why we're getting rid of some of the players, and I didn't want Tierney to go, and I'm not that fussed if he goes now because his performance was dreadful, man. In the game we needed him to
Will
perform.
you sanction a move for Kiri and Tierney to leave the club in the summer? Would you sanction that move?
I've always said I don't want players playing for Arsenal that don't want to play them, that don't want to be there. If you don't want to play for us and you don't want to give you all, then go somewhere else. Because and no matter who they are, I've never wanted them if they don't want to be there.
Mm. So you're okay with Kiri and Tierney leaving the football club? Because if he
Yeah,
leaves the football club, then we have to get a new left
he
back.
needs
You know
replacing.
that, right?
Else yeah, he needs
An
replacing. Yeah,
immediate replacement, right? Good. The assembled says, yeah. The assembled, big ups to you. Shout out to the people in the chat here. Big ups to you. See, we have legends down here, Ryan, man. Jess Collins in the flesh is down here in the chat. TJ Warren is down here. Jamio is down here too. That's these are my guys. Anfield Uncle Rods, big ups. Amy Baba is in the show. MUFC Global, Luca AFC. Guys, big ups to you. Thank you for joining the show today, guys. Thank you. The assembled say something here. Global, who trained and select these players, Ryan? He has at least 60% of responsibility for tactics and structure. Don't forget rotation. Ryan, he addressed that to you. What do you have to say to the assembly?
yeah. I think that was going back to when we were saying it was Arteta's fault, and I was just saying it's not
Okay.
necessarily his fault. But yeah,
Okay.
obviously Arteta trains them. His coaches will do most of the training though, but he'll do the tactics. I would assume. I don't know how much of an input his assistant manager has. Sometimes it's a big input. Sometimes it's
Mm,
50-60%. Sometimes it's not. I'm not there on the training pitch, so I don't know. But we would assume that it would be mainly Mikel. So
yeah.
if you're saying 60% lies on his head, then that's probably a rough guess. That's probably a sound estimate. But then
Yeah.
40% lies with the players, and if the players don't perform, it's not always the manager. And we were 4 times
But,
manager of the month
but it's
this
the
year,
manager. But it's the manager that
and
brought in the players. Oh, see, Ryan. See, we have to agree that
well,
this set of players
some
are
of them,
Mikel
he bought
Arteta's
some.
players.
There's some
They are his
players there
players.
that he's not bought in. There's some players
They are
still
his players.
playing that weren't his.
Mm, good.
But yeah,
Amy Baba says something. I said it still hurts because we were top of the table for so long. Teams who stayed that long on top go ahead to win. We always make history for the wrong reasons. See, yeah, even Amy Baba has positive. is my friend. As positive as that guy is this season, look at what Arsenal has reduced them into. Just look, this is what Arsenal gets you at the end of the day. Big ups to you. Look at AFC. He came down here. He said he thought that Brighton, will go down, but I'm sorry, mate. Arsenal messed it up. See, Ryan, a position, yeah, that has been questionable this season, yeah, is that goalkeeping position, yeah. In that matchup against Brighton, on the day that was supposed to be the 25th birthday of our number one goalie, yeah, our number one goalie, Aaron Ramsdale, turned 25 on the day that Brighton came around to the Emirates to face Arsenal. And did you see that gaff that he had trying to give the ball to Trossard and just letting the third goal? Ryan, don't you think that we need a new backup goalkeeper? Because clearly, Mikel doesn't even really trust Turner, who was in the bench, right? And we had someone called Leno who would have given this guy a big fight. Yeah, we couldn't keep that guy. Don't you think we need a new goalkeeper who would push Aaron Ramsdale to the limit? Because on your 25th birthday, that was a cake you decided to give Arsenal. Shocking. What do you think? Don't you think we should start questioning that goalkeeping position?
It's it, it's a tough one because he has some games where he's unreal. The Liverpool game, he conceded two, but he made some unbelievable stops in that game. And then he can go the game after and give the ball away and cause an attack or cause a goal. So it is tricky. It is, but and then a good keeper doesn't want to come just to sit on the bench. So it's hard to goalkeeping position, especially, is a hard one to have a good number two because
Yeah.
a good keeper doesn't want to come and sit on the bench, and that is mainly what they're going to do. Two outfield players fighting for left back or centre back, they can be rotated, but the keeper position just doesn't get rotated. You have one keeper and you have a number two, and that is just how it is. So a very strong keeper isn't going to sit on your bench. Just like that's why Leno went to Fulham, not because we
But
forced him
but,
out
but
the
Man,
door,
but
it's because
Man
he
City
wanted
have
to leave.
Man City have a decent second a goalie.
No,
He
now,
has a decent second
listen.
goalie.
Stop comparing us to Man City, man. Because how much they pay him more money than we do? They get paid to sit on their asses and they get paid to sit on their asses, become millionaires, and they're happy with that because they're getting more money for it. You can compare every single slight wrong for Arsenal to Man City, and it mainly comes down to money. But like, who's City's second keeper then? Who is it? Because
Is
I'm
it
not I'm not.
Romero? What is his name? I've forgotten his name. But he's a decent one. I've seen him. Good saves. Gallant. Arranges the defense very well. Ball playing goalkeeper is good. So
Yeah,
why can't
and
we
I
have
honestly,
that? Why can't we have at least a decent backup goalkeeper to come in when Ramsdale has one or two crazy moments like the one he had in the last match? And that wasn't just a flash in the pan. It has happened over and over again. So I'm not saying he's not a good goalie. I'm just saying I think he needs someone to push him. He's looking at that bench now and looking at Turner and saying, you know what? Yeah, you might be America's number one, but I think I'm the favorite here. I don't think I'm going to lose my shirt to you. You can't push me in this position. So he can do whatever he like, wherever he likes, and that's a position that Arsenal should not be in the first place. And look at someone like Bukayo Saka. This season, he's been good. He's carried this team the way he should, but in the last 10 matches, my brother, man, he's been poor. It's been poor, and this guy has a godlike standing in the football club. Yeah, that it's very difficult for we to say he should stay on the bench. It can't happen. Why? Because we don't have a replacement who will come in and say, you know what, yeah, Bukayo, I'll push you. We don't have that, Ryan. So it
Oh
becomes a
yeah.
problem when you don't have competent players in different positions to at least push these guys or push this team to a place of advantage. That's what Man City have got. Man City's second string side played. Of course, Haaland was there, but at least 4 to 5 changes were made in that game that played Everton, who beat Brighton, by the way, 5-1, right? Good. Now, they had changes in
How
that team,
how
a total
how did they
shake-up.
beat Brighton 5-1? By the way, it doesn't. It's not that result makes no sense to me whatsoever. Away to Brighton, Everton winning 5-1 because then they played Man City the week after and just absolutely dreadful. It was shocking
Dreadful,
against
right?
Man City. Probably because they was
Exactly.
paid off though. Probably because they were paid off, but still, they were still dreadful. Fucking
See,
joke. Listen,
Ryan,
you can't compare us to Man City. Their bench players all cost at least 40 million each. Do you know what I mean? At least. So, like, they've got a class bench, a bench they've built for years and spent so much money on. What I want, Tony, before we carry on with all the negativeness, it will be pretty negative anyway. Just want to jump on. There's been some questions that we've had to skip because
yeah,
we're
yeah, but
doing.
but, but Ryan, but Ryan, yeah, is it negative or is some of them fact? See, yeah, I'm beginning to see some facts, yeah, and I don't want to call them negativity. I want to call them real fact, like real truth. Yeah, the truth is that we've bottled the league, Ryan. Well, I don't know if you want to call that negative, but we bottled the league, and and
Like
and, and Arsenal shouldn't be in that position. Ryan, we still have El Neni who was given a year extension in his contract for this football club. And this guy hasn't kicked the ball this season, hasn't even helped the team. The season, Ryan, I'm in shock with something like that. I ain't seen on this team. Brian, we have Rob Holding as the second senior centre back in this football club. I have a problem with that, Ryan Maguire. I have a problem with Granit Xhaka. Of course, he's going at the end of the season. We'll still talk about that. But you know what? Yeah, if that's not reality, if that's negativity, bro, I'm sorry, I have to call it out. I have to because
yeah,
we have a duty
like
to speak the truth, and and
I
and, and
know,
that's not but the
Tony.
truth,
I
Ryan.
know, and most of the questions are slightly negative anyway because we're in a negative mood, and that's fine. I just wanted to make sure that you all get highlighted. So, just can you go to a comment from Jez from 925? Can you get that one up?
Nine, Jess's comment, very popular down here. Jamio, big up to you, man. Oregon Gunners in the house, big up to you. I'm looking for that 25,
925.
25, 25, 25. Jazz, yes, I found it. Jazz
So,
comments are like, oh,
listen,
yes,
I'm
it's
not going.
Ryan.
I'm not going to hide. I'm never going to hide away. I'm on the show.
Yeah,
So if anyone disagrees with me, if anyone wants to comment on a question, I'll not hide away from a question. If it gets missed, then it's blatant. It's just because I've genuinely missed it. So if you want to highlight me, and I will always, like I said, always answer. So Jez reckons that I'm one of the problems because I accept mediocrity. So when should it end? Next season or the season after? So basically, I think what Jez is aiming at as well is the fact that I was not happy, the fact that I'm okay with fans leaving as well, because there was a few comments before that about fans. Someone said fans are spineless because they walked out, and basically, right. Yeah, fans are spineless. There's a comment here that says the fans are spineless, just like the manager and players. The current mentality seems to affect the majority of the fans.
right.
There's anyway. Apparently, they were saying it was spineless, and they accepted it because
Yeah, I
they
saw
got
that.
up and left. No, it's the wrong way
I think that was
round.
a comment from Jamio.
Listen, that is the wrong way round. If how you get that from that situation baffles me. You're leaving because you're not accepting it. You're not accepting the mediocrity that you're watching on the pitch. So you're getting up and walking out. If you're sat there watching it, like a lot of the fans wanted, sat there watching it, and then when it finished, have a nice little clap. That's accepting the mediocrity. Getting up, walking, telling them to basically piss off. I've had enough. I'm going home and having my Sunday lunch. That's not accepting it. What getting up and walking out, showing it but showing it by using your feet and walking out, that's not accepting it. And also, it's obviously aiming at the fact that I said I don't want it. I don't think we should sack him. My
Yeah,
main reason,
I think that's where Jez is coming
my
from.
main reason for not sacking him, like I've said, is I expected us. I hoped we would finish fourth, and my expectations was another fifth again, which would I wouldn't obviously I don't want, but kind of feeling that way at the beginning of the season, and then hoped that we'd get fourth, dying to get Champions League again, and we've come second, so we've had a target this season, and we've completed that target, which was to get into the Champions League. If you look at that squad, that Arsenal squad, if you look at the Arsenal first team, and you thought that first team was going to win the league, and you're fuming that squad's not won the league, you need to have a word with yourself, because it's not a Premier League winning squad. I am sorry, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but that squad is not a squad that wins the Premier League. So the fact that we even got close is a decent run at it. It's a decent run at it. So if Arteta's got a Real Madrid squad or a Barcelona squad or a Man City squad and he's not performing with them, then yeah, he deserves the sack. If we make very good signings this summer and we've got a strong squad going in, bear in mind I only think we're 3, maybe 4 signings away from that. So if we get them in the summer, and we can it's believable that we can make a challenge or a mount for it. And and then we don't, and then we fail, and then we buckle, then yeah, then we can get rid of him. And that's fine. But the fact that it is not a championship winning squad, it's not a Premier League winning squad, and that we got close, I applaud him for that. And we fell at the last hurdle, and to sack someone just because you fall at the last hurdle would be harsh for me. And who would you replace him with? There's not many managers there that you can replace him with anyway. The Brighton manager people are talking about, very
Ryan,
inexperienced.
There's Enrique out there. There's Enrique out there. There's Zinedine Zidane out there.
Zidane wouldn't come. Enrique has manager interviews for near enough every job under the sun and never gets them. There must be a reason why he doesn't get them. Zidane wouldn't come to us for some reason. He only wants to manage Real Madrid or France or someone, I think. I'm not sure, but he doesn't want to come to us. There's not many managers. There's not many managers available anyway, which is another one of my ones to not sack him. One of my reasons to not sack him. Oh, and there was a question from the assembled at 9:30 asking me, is Vieira worth 35 million? Not a chance. He's worth about maybe 11,
Ryan,
maybe.
We have all these questionable players in the team, right? Bro, it's shocking, man. And then he still has a contract here. Holden still has a contract in this football club. What does this guy have over the board? Mostly Holden. What does he have? Over this board, yeah? Does he have a naked picture or something of someone on the board? Why can't this guy just go away? Why can't this guy just go away? Holden, just go. Let's have space to get in better players to win. Just go. Enough. It's enough. Just go. But see, Ryan, see, even me too. I hate to be the bearer of bad news or something like that, yeah. And it's not I enjoy, talking about Arsenal like this, but see, we have a duty, yeah. Me and you were both YouTubers, Ryan, and we're friends outside all this,
Maybe not after tonight.
yeah, I know, because I know tonight you'll have words with me. But Ryan, man, sometimes you just need to speak the truth, right? This is what's going on in the football club.
Of course.
And to be atrocious for me and you to look the other way, just because we built the station together based on that it should be a positive, outlook. But again, if
always positive where we can be. And any criticisms need to be constructive. That's what we've always said. And that's what we'll try.
I really get that. But again, losing to Brighton at home when you still have the chance to win the league, Brian, there's nothing positive about that.
No, no, of course
It's
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 not.
negative. It's
I can't
negative.
sit here and tell you that there is because there's
Nah,
not.
it's not positive. So me and you, we do have a duty, to the public, even not to ourselves, but to the public, to at least say the truth. You know, at least have the pair of balls to say the truth. And you've said, you've at least you've said part of the problems. Yeah, I've said part of the problems here too. So I'm not saying we should. I mean, I'm not gonna like tarnish the club or whatever. That the club is this, the club. No, I'm not. I'm not up for that. But again, we have to see. We have to. Something needs to be tweaked. Either the manager, Ryan. I'm down with it because, mind you, this season, Ryan. Yeah, I said that Mikel Arteta has to hand us the cup. If he doesn't hand up the cup, he can leave. So if I turn around now, I won't be true to my word. So if Mikel Arteta leaves the football club, I'm open to it, but I won't fight for it. I'm open to it. And the reason why I'm not gonna fight, like, jostle for him to just leave the club like that is maybe probably that Champions League football that we just got, you know, just to see what he's gonna do in the Champions League and see if he's going to go into the summer bringing in Caicedo, bringing in Declan Rice, bringing in a defender, bringing in a like for like striker who would give Gabriel Jesus a fight for his money. Maybe someone like an Ivan Tony, a Vlahovic, a Latoro Martinez. If he's going to bring these players in, then I'll begin to consider him a mainstay. But for right now, Ryan, there is nothing inspiring about his tactics, his substitutions, you know, nothing like that gives me hope that we're going to win the league if we continue in that vein. But I won't fight for it. But if it comes, I'll take it. That's the position I'm in with Mikel Arteta. I won't push for it. But if it happens, I'm okay with it. If there's a replacement, I will take it. Because
Yeah,
I'm not convinced about what's going on with Arsenal Football Club. Footballing in the footballing area for me.
honestly,
Ryan, you want
Tony,
to say something?
Tony, I do agree with you there. I'm not. I, I wouldn't want. I'm not advocating him to get sacked or to stay. Either way, to be honest. But yeah, if he did go, I wouldn't be shouting and screaming because we support Arsenal. We don't support like Mikel Arteta. If you get me,
Yeah.
players will come and go, managers will come and go. So
Mm,
yeah, and yeah, but it would all depend. It's
yeah.
who comes in. It's who comes in and replaces him. Do you know what I mean? That is
Yeah.
the main worry. That was always my worry when it was time for Wenger to leave. Who would
Yeah.
we replace him with? And we know how that went. And then it's taken us a while to get to where we are. But it
To
was
where we
just,
are.
yeah, it's just about who's available to bring in. I think sometimes you might leave it too late, and a good manager, a chance to have a good manager goes because they go to, obviously they go to a different team, or no one's gonna, they don't want to sit, we don't want to sit unemployed for too long. So
For too long.
obviously
Yeah.
they go
Mm,
to another club. So yeah,
mm,
just about who
yeah.
they would actually get.
Yeah. Amy Baba, big ups to you. He says, yeah, Arsenal is synonymous to heartbreak. Oh my God. Ryan, are you seeing Amy Baba? He's on a roll. He's on a roll with the Craig Matthews, a member of the Big Four. Big ups to you. He says, big up, brother Tony, and big up, Ryan. Ryan, you have to meet this Craig Matthews, man. Great guy. Me and him will do it's part of the Big Four show that
Yeah,
we do on
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
channel. He's a great guy. One of these days, me and he will chop it up with him, and very nice guy. See, Ryan, in the papers today, this morning, Lokonga wanted by Burnley by his former manager, yeah, someone who's worked with him before, no other person than Vincent Company. And mind you, Vincent Company was snooping around in the club and in the director's box in that game against Brighton Football Club. Maybe this is the reason Lokonga to live to Burnley. What do you think?
I don't know what Vincent Company has seen in Lakonga to make them believe he'd be a good player in a relegation battle team. It doesn't seem strong enough or have a good enough mentality um, to to fight relegation all season. It's a different kind of player to try and keep a team up. Look at Leicester with they've got good players like James Madison, for example, but those aren't players suited for relegation fights. They're suited for nice football. I don't know what football the Congo is suited for, to be honest, but I can't see him doing. I can't see him shining at a relegation team. He's not a Caicedo or even an
Mm,
Anana at Everton. They're strong players. Do you know what I mean? They're fighting players, and I feel like Lakonga. If I was playing against Lakonga, I would put a hard tackle on him in the first minute, and I don't think he'd come anywhere near me after that. I think he's one of them.
yeah.
He's not a Patrick Vieira um, or a Roy Keane kind of player. He might be okay on the ball, but it's a strange one. But then again, if Burnley want him, take him, go for him.
So you would sanction that move for Lokonga, right?
Yeah, yeah, for 1.5 million. For 1.5 million.
See, so you would allow Lokonga to leave even for 1.5 million, Ryan.
Yeah,
That's
because
cutthroat, man.
if no, you're not paying his wages anymore, are you? So
Mm,
you've not got someone skulking around the place. Yeah,
exactly.
you're not paying his wages. Laughing.
Exactly. He came
It's the
into the
best
football.
situation.
Yeah. Lokonga came into the football club, stank up the place. Useless player, technically not gifted, not strong enough, doesn't have the IQ of a typical 21st century
Who's
midfielder.
who's
Very slow
scouting?
on the ball. See,
Who's scouting these
Ryan,
players? Who's scouting these
I don't
players?
know, Ryan. That's good because you've just gotten into the nitty gritty of that matter, yeah, and that's what hurts me. Who scouts these players? Who scouts these players? It's
Who
true.
scouted? Who
Who
scouted
scout these
Lakonga?
players?
Who scouted
See, I
Tavares?
saw when there was I
I
saw when
don't
Man
know.
City was scouting Alvarez. Yeah, they scouted this guy and they brought him. And look at what he's doing to the league. Look at what he's doing to the league. He's scoring goals. He's helping that team. Ryan, but who's scouting for Arsenal? No, because I'm beginning to question all these things, Ryan, man.
No, I'm
And
just
bro,
Tony.
and it's
I was
horrible.
just I
It's
was laughing
horrible.
because Southern Gooner said it was Stevie Wonder that's scouting the players. That's why I was laughing.
This brother, man, Carlton Good, he's in the house. Anthony Harris is in the house too. See, Ryan, who's scouting this place? Because
I don't know.
you just said it. You hit it. Who's scouting these players? Where are we getting these players from? Where? Who the hell is bringing these guys? So right now, yeah, we have to push because we have to push Lokonga out of the football club right now, yeah. So we'll hand him over for cheap, for a meager amount of money, yeah, for Lokonga. That at least we brought for up to at least 20, 30 million. So you can imagine it's a
Yeah,
horror show going down there. The transfers mega see average players. We can't recoup money that we spent on these players. It's a failed transfer strategy. It's a failed one.
I
We
think
can't get money for the players.
we just have to get whatever money we could for Lakonga. It's not about
Ryan,
recouping what we paid for him. It's just about getting rid of him. Just
Ryan,
out whatever,
Ryan,
however much it is, just get rid.
Ryan, at the start of the show, yeah, when we're talking about this 200 million pounds that will be given, this war chest that will be given to Mikel Arteta, yeah, we're talking about. You said something about plus player sales, right? Ryan,
Yeah,
do you know that plus player sales that we will not even realize up to £30,000 or
30 million
40,000?
pounds.
Sorry, 40 million. I'm sorry, this is what Arsenal makes me do. 40 million to £40,000. £40 million. Do you know we won't recover that? Even Granit Xhaka that should be leaving. Yeah. Do you know how much Bayer Leverkusen are negotiated his release? 15 million.
15 million
15,
euros.
15 million euros. Not even
Yeah.
pounds. It's 15 million euros. I would gladly want him to leave the football club. But again, for a midfield marshal like that, it should be costing 20 to 25 million. Who does these deals? Who negotiates? Who goes to the negotiating table for Arsenal? For all this, we can't even sell players for 20. See, I see all these other teams, yeah. When people want to come buy their players, 50, 40, 45, 35, 60 million.
So, Tony, do you want me to tell?
But our players, we can't get any money for them.
We could make we can make at least 100 million in the transfer window.
Oh, okay. Which players? Pepe.
So
no one is willing to pay £10 million for Pepe.
So Xhaka's going for 10 million, about 10 million pounds.
£10 million, yeah.
Oh, if how much can we get for Tavares? 5 million.
For who?
For Tavares, Nuno Tavares, the left back.
Bro, if we manage to sell that guy for 1.5, trust me, it's good money.
Realistically, we'll get about 5 million.
Oh
Lokonga another 5 million, maybe 5 million at least. Balogun, if we sell Balogun, we're looking around about the 30 million mark for Balogun.
But I'm not looking to sell Balogun.
But we are. Pablo Mare, we're getting 6 million for.
We're getting 6 million for him.
Yeah, and then
El Neni, no value. Who wants to buy Holden?
I don't know if we'll sell El Neni.
Who in the league do you think will want to buy Rob Holden? Who?
A team not as good as us? I don't know. We could get at least 5 million for Rob Holding though, and then you're looking at Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's what, 35 million maybe, something like that. We get a nice amount of money for Smith Rowe, and that's not counting. Not counting Tierney. How much we're going to get for Tierney? Probably 25, 30 million from Newcastle for Tierney, I reckon. So there's around about 100 million, maybe 110, 15 million there. And then we might be, I don't know, we can't sell Eddie Nketiah because we're an over striker, but for me, I'd sell Eddie and get a nice 15 or 20 million for Eddie as well.
15. Yeah, Ryan Jez Collins, Jez likes you, but because I know Jez, if he doesn't like your person, it will hit you hard continuously. But I think this is something to soften what you said before for you, Ryan. To you, Ryan. It says, Ryan, back in time, fans didn't walk out. They booed the team off and the manager. And of course, this guy's been a fan since 1967, so he knows all those things, yeah. And he says, I hear what you say. I hear what you say, Ryan. But to disapprove of the performance is to boo the team. It happened to the Wenger teams in the end. Well,
yeah. Listen, it did happen to the Wenger teams. The booing ended up being ridiculous for the Wenger teams, and from out of that booing came AFTV. So is that the road we want to go down? Booing the players, kicking off on outside the stadiums and listening to all these dickheads on AFTV ridicule our club and make us be the banter club. That's where it came from. The banter club came from AFTV and came from Arsenal, because of these clowns. So I don't want to be associated with them. And no chance. So if we walk out the stadium and you see guys waiting for the AFTV, most people say, "What are you waiting for? What are you doing, you clown? Get walking on." Do you know what I mean? We don't want to be associated with them. But yeah, I get where it's coming from. I'm not. It's not like I'm 100% disagreeing. But then again, yeah, people have walked out years ago. It's not a new thing. I remember walking out from a 4-0 loss when I was at early years high school. So yeah, players have
you've had a little bit of that pain. Totally understandable.
I'm not fresh. I'm not fresh on the streets. I've gone around the block a few times, so
exactly.
I'm not. You know what I mean? So yeah, People, I think
Yeah,
people were walking out when I was younger, and we can see you sneaking away was always a chant that I sung
oh,
even
yeah.
at high school. So, yeah,
Mm,
people have done that, but
mm.
yeah, like I said, I do see the point, but jumping on the booing, especially with the Wenger and all the AFT TV donkeys, I'd rather not.
Yeah. Amy Baba, slips in a little bit of reality to us. He says, let's be realistic. The board is not sacking Arteta soon, and that's a fact. Fans should focus
It
on
is a
pressuring the
fact. It
board
is
to
a
get
fact.
three to five good players to improve the squad for next season. See, I kind of buy that, yeah.
Facts.
See,
Facts.
no matter how me and you stand here and say Arteta go, and that's why I'm saying I won't be the spearhead saying Arteta should go. I know he's not. See, he showed his inexperience this season. I'm sorry. I, I, I'm sorry. I just have to put that out there. He showed his inexperience in this type of, in this type of.
And
I
he is
know it's
inexperienced as
hard
well. That's
when.
the best way to put
Yeah,
it.
he's inexperienced. Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
best
he's
way to put it.
inexperienced.
He is
That's a
inexperienced, but
fact.
this is
Yeah,
how he gets
he's
his
inexperienced.
experience. This is
Yeah,
how he gets his
sure. But
experience. But that's a good way
but
to put it.
Ryan, yeah, he's inexperienced. But Ryan, yeah, see, me and you, we know the board wouldn't sack him. They love Mikel Arteta. Yeah, It- is the poster boy of what they dream to have the football club modeled after. Let's don't get it twisted. That's what the Kroenkes want. Good, they have him there. Yeah, so instead of talking about this manager, because he won't leave, this club love him. He won't leave. So instead, I'm saying, let's have five to four or six good players who would come in, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Then after
Yeah.
that, if nothing changes, then I'm sorry, the boos might start coming in, and it won't even be from me and you. It will be from the fans in the stadium if he's not performing right. Big up to G who came to the show today. Big up to the assembled man. The assembled says here, Arsenal are in a higher position. Unfortunately, I don't see an improvement in the impact of the squad, as we are only as good as the last game. Arsenal seem to be a play on words. Oh my God, a pun. Jesus Christ. Um, the Southern Gunner from the Southern side. It says Vincent Company is better manager than Arteta. I mean, he does have a league title. Ryan, do you buy that?
I seen I seen that comment.
Southern Gunner.
We'll we'll move swiftly on from that one.
Oh my God. Uh, on Friday, I'll be joining Anthony Herbert at the Gunners from O'Connor's. So, guys, join me there on Friday. He says, big up Tony and Ryan. Hope you're well. Yes, we're well and we're doing good. Ryan just came back from work and just joined me on this show, man. I know he's tired. I have to go soon. The something gonna say is here, Stephen Wonder could scout.
Yeah.
Stephen Wonder scouting his players. Oh my God. Big up, Matt. Man, see, yeah. Ryan, the big news of today, yeah, because we should believe it. Granit Xhaka to believe in at the end of the season. Ryan, what do you have to say?
I was
I heard he has told Mikel Arteta that's leaving, and he has told the board negotiate my movement out of the football club. What do you think, Ryan?
yeah. I've heard that Arteta's okayed it. Basically, he's happy with him leaving. Honestly, it was a bit of a strange one considering he's had a better season than he's ever had. I think, to be honest. So it's a strange one coming off the back of that. I expected him to stay and want to play Champions League football
Mm,
for Arsenal, which makes me think that we're probably getting rid of him. I don't think it's Xhaka walking out. I think it's us getting rid of him. He could go for free next year, so we're probably just getting a bit of money instead of letting him go for free. It's not good enough to lead us in the Champions League. Is an is a bit of a baby. We've seen it before. So,
mm.
but he's been good this season. The way he's turned his career around for us has been very
Yeah,
admirable.
this season. Yeah.
Nothing but respect for the guy, but I don't think he's good enough So
It's good enough.
I'm happy with him leaving.
Mm.
I'm okay with him leaving.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I'm okay with him leaving. I'm not gonna curse him. I'm not gonna say good riddance, but I'm
Exactly,
just going to say,
exactly.
I'm just gonna say thanks for the memories. Thanks for some of the great goals. And you see, yeah, Granit Xhaka, he has a bullet in him. In that left leg, that he's got. He scored some wonderful goals for Arsenal. Might not be the best
Yeah,
of captains that we've had. Yeah,
yeah,
but again, out of 7 seasons, he gave us his best in his last season and in the season that he's negotiating to leave the football club. Brian, alarm bells ringing. So did he have this? Did, did he play this way to engineer a move out of the football club? I'm just saying because this is his
that
best
doesn't
season. This is
that
his
doesn't
best
bother me.
season in 7 seasons. Yeah.
That doesn't that doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me one bit. If he's
Mm-mm.
playing better, if he's playing the best he can to hopefully get a move, then that means he's playing well for us. So yeah, I'm fine with that. Just to by the way, with I was going to mention you just had that Anthony Herbert comment on there, for the Luton Town. Just get that one back
Luton
up
Town.
there. So
Yeah.
Luton Town are through to the playoff finals, so they could be in the Premier League next season. Do you know what the capacity for their stadium is? Do you know how many fans that holds their ground?
No.
Have a guess, Tony. Go on, give me a guess.
Uh, 12,000.
Close, 10,000. 10,000,
10,000.
yeah. So on
Wow.
average, the away fans going to that game, Arsenal only get 900 tickets. That's crazy.
That's
If
crazy,
if you
man.
look at the other teams in the playoffs, Coventry Stadium's something like 32,000. Middlesbrough's is
Mm.
about 34,000, and you've got Luton sitting at 10,000. So the
Oh my
fight for
God.
tickets will be crazy there. Be funny
You're
to see
crazy,
Luton in the
man.
Premier League though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'd be nice to see one of our these teams. The Southampton gonna say here one thing that's critical to this transfer window is that we must act quickly. See, Brian, see what the Southampton gonna just said there. Yeah, many people will brush it off, but see, we need to start acting. Yeah. FC Barcelona told club legend Jody Alba, you need to go. It's time to go. He's leaving. They told club legend this season, Bouquet, you have to go. He's leaving the football club. They brought in a new player just today. I saw him being, unveiled in some papers or whatever. See, they're already doing transfer business. Kim Ney from Napoli as is almost signing for Manchester United. The deal is already done. These teams are already tying up players, coming up with critical transfer plans and critical transfer dealings and closing up shop. But here we are. We haven't done anything. It's the usual news. Arsenal war
It's
chest.
not
No, 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 but
the
Ryan, it's
transfer
true.
window's not started
It's
yet though,
usual,
has it?
usual,
It's a
it's
bit.
usual PR stuff.
The
Arsenal
season's
to
not
have
even finished
200.
yet.
Yeah, I know, but see, I've just given you an example of other clubs are already tying up deals already. But with us, instead, the rumor mills have started with this Zaha thing that never goes away. This Zaha connection that never goes away. It came up like just 2 days ago. Today again, Arsenal have £200 million for Mikel Arteta. All these things. Every year we keep seeing all these things, yeah. And I'm sorry, man, it's becoming stale, and fans are becoming, are seeing through it, and are seeing that some of them are a pack of lies and caps, and it's not true. That it's total lies. So, Ryan, what do you think? Shouldn't we be tying up deals right now?
Yeah. No, I agree. We need to get it done quickly so we can stop. We need if because when we're linked with a player, we know Chelsea like to jump in there and sign them instead. So we need to be as quick as we can to get Rice and Caicedo through the door before Todd Bowley jumps on
Ryan is
and
cooking. Ryan is cooking,
as
guys.
his next transfer target, because obviously he looks at the players that we scout, which is a shame, because why did he not sign Laconga and Tavares and we wouldn't have to deal with that shite? But instead he picked Felix and Mudryk apparently, and obviously we know what's gone on. But yeah, for me, you need to you sign early on, sign as quick as you can, so then they can get embedded in the squad. They can play in the friendlies. They can be on the training. They can be on the training field for as long as possible. They can do the America tour or the Abu Dhabi tour or the Asia Cup or whatever you're playing. You sign them early so they can join in, get amongst the players, and get to know the rest of the team. So, yeah, sign them as quick as possible. Don't be waiting until the last day of the window and starting the
prizes. 90
exactly
million.
starting the season with the same team you finished it with and all that.
Haggling of the prizes. See, guys, transfer window roundup. Me and Ryan will be doing it in the summer. We'll be here all through. See, we have to put fire on their asses. They need to produce. Me and the Southern Gunner, also my American friend from the sunny side, from the US. Me and him will be doing lots of transfer window roundup too. So me, Ryan, the Southern Gunner we'll talk about lots of transfer window dealings. Me and Ryan will go to work on that in the summer. So guys, you have to prepare for that. Me and Ryan Maguire in the summer. Jess Collins. Okay, Ryan, you have a question here, bro. Ryan, everyone wants a piece of you. And see, Ryan, it's the same thing with me. I'm sorry, you have to face this because everyone wants a piece of me, because I've, bro, I've committed crimes, for this football club. So people want a piece of me. I have to go everywhere right now and redeem my image. I have to go everywhere and talk right now, They're inviting me to lots of places. I can't even really cope with the whole, shows I've been booked on. This week I've had to reject up to 10 shows. So, because they all want a piece of me to come and explain to them how Arsenal bottled the league. And Ryan, what can I do? What can I say? This is, I don't know, man. But you have a question here.
They all want a piece of you.
You're right on the show today, man. Question: what do you think would be the best way forward, Ryan? And what would be your expectations for next season?
So, the best way forward is to make an adequate number of signings to strengthen the squad. I don't know how in depth you want me to go, but like I said, I think we need, say, 3 first team signings, and then strengthen the bench as well. So 3, 4, maybe even 5 players, but 5 is probably a bit too many. But for the amount of money that it costs nowadays, so yeah, just to fully strengthen the team, and then just roll forward with that and get the team looking like a team that could challenge, and then just go forward with that. And expectations for next season very similar to this season. Compete for the league, and then don't throw it away against smaller teams. If we lose the league on 2 points because we got beat by City or whoever wins it next season, then that's just the way it is. But to draw about 4 games in a month, including Liverpool and Everton and West Ham, games that we clearly should have won. If we can turn those games into wins, then obviously the bigger games, look to get draws out of the bigger games, to be honest. And then if it's 1 loss, maybe 2, but against an actual rival, then you might say fair enough. But just don't lose against the donkey teams that we should be winning. And expectations, have another league challenge. Because when you're going up against this Man City side, it's a gargantuan task. It's like climbing Kilimanjaro without having any water. So
Mm.
it's a struggle. It's a struggle of a challenge. But if you can have that slight, if you can have a title challenge again next season, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, yeah,
But
and of
then
course,
bring a
yeah,
trophy home. We need to bring a trophy home next
bring your
year.
trophy home. Yeah, yeah. Most of those domestic titles, we have to look into them. Even the Mickey Mouse Cup, we have to try and exert
Yeah,
our dominance in those cups too, and show this Manchester United fans that we too can go for the Mickey Mouse Cup and do it. We need to tie up all these domestic titles and you know set the ball rolling, and get them.
yeah,
See, Ryan, thank you very much for coming to the show today. Jess Collins, the legend in the flesh. It says here, Tony, Ryan, great stream, big respect. And of course, Jess Collins, we do respect you. And we respect your ideas, we respect your opinion. We know you've been doing this, at least you've been a fan since 1967, and I really do respect that. You're one of those gunners out there that I do respect. Thank you for popping into the show, Jess Collins. Big respect to you, sir. The Southern Gunner too. Big respect to you. Hit 2,000 at most. Wow. Anthony Herbert says, yeah, um, just read on Talk Sport, £200 million to spend on both Rice and Caicedo. Are you hearing it, Ryan?
yeah. We discussed that at the beginning, didn't we? Yeah. Hopefully, it's
Hopefully.
200 plus player sales, but it could be player sales
Mm.
plus a bit of money. If it's
Mm.
200 plus player sales, then I think we're laughing. But for me, it's probably a mixture of capital put forward plus player sales.
Plus player sales, yeah. So all trophies are on the table. Exactly. All trophies are on the table. We have to be pulling pulling up to all those trophies next season. Ryan, thank you for coming to the show today, man. I knew you really had a stretch today, and for you to just pop in, and I really pushed you hard to come down to the show, man. But thanks, and I know that today's show has been quite some few punches have been pulled at you, but you managed to get those punches off and strike back a little bit, and come into a truce at the end of the day. But that's what it is, Ryan. Yeah, it's football. It's all about love. It's all about yeah, having your own opinions, sharing your opinions, and people also accepting your opinions too, and see the way you see it in a way, and respecting your opinions too. So that's how I
You know
see it.
what, Tony?
Football.
You know what? People don't have to accept my opinion. If they don't agree with my opinion, that's fine. And if they want to tell me they don't accept it, that's fine.
Mm.
But as long as they explain it and as long as they put a good point forward, then that's perfectly fine as well. No one is going to accept everyone else's opinions. That's why they're opinions and that's why they're not facts. So that is fine.
Yeah, 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 sure. And of course, our brother, the legend himself, Jess Collins, he says, yeah, no punches, just debate. Yeah, Jess Collins, love you to death, my brother. Love you, man.
Sound
Thanks
man,
very much,
sound.
everyone. The Southern Gunner, MUFC Global, Anthony Herbert, The Assembled, Amy Baba, everyone, TJ Warren TV, Jamino, that's a great brother, man. I hope to bring him on the show one of these days. Arsenal Forever, Craig Matthews, all these guys here that came today, Anfield Rods, thank you very much,
Sophia's
man.
football talk.
Yeah, Sophia Football Talk. Thank you for coming to show love to the channel, guys, and let's get Arsenal working again. Yeah, let's get us working again. Let's go into the Champions League. Let's go in the summer, get new players that will help the team,
Tony,
and
there's
let's
a
start
comment
winning this
below
time.
that Jez one. You're not highlighting it for some reason. There was a
Which one?
comment just below the Jez one that you want at the minute. You've not highlighted it.
Okay, you mean
One
this one?
below. There you go. There you go. I just thought I'd
You're
highlight
spot
that
on,
one. Just
Ryan.
thought I'd
Your
highlight that
opinions
one.
aren't bad, trust me. No, 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 they aren't bad. They aren't bad. They aren't bad. They aren't bad, man. So yeah, so everyone, thanks. Yeah, the assemble, thanks for coming around, man. God bless you guys. Ryan, close the show for us, man.
As we say every week, every single one of you that have joined in and commented, we love you all. Thanks everyone who likes and subscribe. And if you're not already doing, jump on TikTok, follow us on TikTok, the Ryan and Claude Show. Just search for it. Or if anyone wants a link, just give us a shout out and we'll send you a link to the show. Peace and love, guys.
Peace and love, everyone. Take care. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.